Able William Fox calling GW3BH and listening on 160.
Amateur radio enthusiasts, or hams as they are commonly called, gather together in clubs such as the Aberdeen Amateur Radio Society to discuss and promote their hobby. Chairman for this evening, George Roberts, introduces fellow member Bill Wilson, who is to talk on receivers. The Aberdeen Amateur Radio Society meets every Friday evening at the club room in Blenheim Lane. Newcomers such as 17-year-old Brian Simpson are welcomed, and older members are only too glad to help them. The club was formed in 1946 in order to further interest in the hobby, and from its original 7 members now has a strength of over 40. Meetings are devoted to talks and discussions of all aspects of amateur radio, and enthusiasts in the area are always welcome. The traditional tea break gives members a chance for informal discussion, or in ham language, rag chewing. A well-stocked canteen, run by President Ian Sinclair, provides tea and biscuits or soft drinks. Brian is soon joined by Bill Heggie, one of the older members, who introduces him to Bill Wilson, the club's workshop manager, well known for his immaculate and painstaking work. The other end of the club room is the shack, in which the receiving and transmitting equipment is housed. Only amateurs holding licenses are allowed to use the transmitter. The library, however, is open to all members and contains a large selection of technical books and magazines. The sale of equipment by auction is one of the most popular evenings. These sales are held at regular intervals and are a source of revenue to the club, as well as giving members an opportunity to accumulate and dispose of odds and ends. A number of members have constructed their entire stations from items purchased here, and there is The following week, when Brian goes to return his book, he finds Bill making adjustments to the club receiver. He remains an interested spectator while Bill checks over the set and tunes in. A definite routine has to be followed when making contact with another station. Each station is issued with a call sign consisting of letters and numbers, and a prefix indicating the country in which the station is situated. For instance, the Aberdeen Club has a call sign GM3BSQ. The letters GM indicating that the station is located in Scotland. Brian can't read Morse, so Bill comes to the rescue with an explanation of the Morse alphabet and its use in radio communication. He sets up a Morse key and oscillator so that Brian can practice the alphabet for himself.
Wonder how everything's going with you. Understand the land and how the The band is very, very noisy just at the moment, Bob. Very, very noisy indeed. But,
While Brian laboriously hammers out the ABC, Bill resumes listening at the receiver.
100 and I've got 1401 on at the moment, 1401.
Tuning over the band, he hears a familiar voice.
George Mike
That
3
of
Nancy
George
Roberts,
Roberts, another club member.
GM3 calling GM3BSQ.
George,
GM3
unable to be at the
GM3
club that night,
Are you there, Bill?
nevertheless keeps in contact through his own station, GM3NOV. The call is logged, for a record must be kept of all incoming and outgoing calls to satisfy the conditions of the GPO license.
But I hope we can enjoy.
George's main interest is in making contact with other hams in all parts of the world.
I haven't worked much since I saw you last, but
He is secretary of the society and one of its most active members.
with you, what you've been doing. So back to
It is every ham's ambition to contact as many parts of the world as possible, and to prove a contact, acknowledgement cards, they're called QSL cards, are exchanged.
59 plus again.
George is one of the club's champions in this respect, and has QSL cards from such faraway places as
15, of course, has been open at times, and we have been working.
St. Pierre and Miquelon, Tehran, Singapore, Mexico City, Borneo, Venezuela, Papua, Argentina, and Okinawa. The highlight of the club's year is National Field Day in June, when all clubs in the country go under canvas for 24 hours, taking their transmitters and receivers with them, the object being to contact as many stations as possible in the time. This originally started as an exercise in emergency operation, but is now more of a marathon competition, the stations being manned continuously throughout the 24-hour period. During the afternoon, the station is set up and the aerial erected and tested. A portable generator to supply power for the station is wired up and started by station manager Terry Donaldson. Deadline is 6 p.m. It is now up to each pair of operators to make the maximum number of contacts during its shifts. One operates a set while the other keeps a log.
GM3BSQ, calling GM3BSQ. Hello, GM3BSQ, this is GM3NO.
Darkness falls, and as the operator wearies, another shift takes over to carry on throughout the night. By 6 o'clock the following evening, the competition is over. In record time, the camp is dismantled and packed away so that the tired crews can get home and catch up on lost sleep. With the beginning of the new winter session, Brian is making a start on his first receiver, under the expert eye of Bill Wilson, the workshop manager. with the construction of this simple set, Brian is taking the first steps towards fulfilling his ambition of becoming a fully qualified ham. Before qualifying, an amateur has to sit an examination set by the Postmaster General. This is both written and practical and covers radio theory, Morse, and so on. This exam should present no difficulty to anyone who has received a basic training in amateur radio in a club such as this. Having passed the exam, the amateur stands at the gateway to a whole new territory which is his to explore. A territory where language and nationality are no barriers. The whole world is his. The world of amateur radio.
The band is very, very noisy just at the moment. Very, very noisy.